Thanks. It's not unusual for us to invite down somebody who has built a reputation, either in business or in industry, and just ask...
Don't think I need an introduction, do I? Oh, yeah.
Well, I think I probably should give you an introduction anyway. if
you know who I am.
Yeah, we're lucky to have with us today David Brent. Who is a former manager of a Slough-based paper. Could you just let me finish this? Sorry, because time's against us. We're really against it today. This is David Brent. He's a former manager of a paper merchant, and now he's a management consultant. David, if I can ask you...
Hello, Microsoft dudes. Relax. I've done this quite a few times now, so expert by now. And I'm not going to sell you the usual, excuse my French, management bullshit. You've heard that enough for the last 10 minutes. You are a company and therefore part of a family, and it doesn't matter whether you're the T-boy or the MD. You know, you are... Who is the MD at the moment? Who's the MD?
Well, we're sort of in a transitional phase at the moment. We're sort of looking for someone else.
Are you looking for an MD now?
Kind of, yeah.
Right, what sort of... I'd be interested in that. So, what sort of vibe are you looking for in a...
Well, it's obviously someone who's had a great deal of experience at the very top end of management.
Sure. What sort of bunts would I be looking at if I was to take it? What sort of 40 grand a year?
I think probably, I think safely say 40 grand, yes.
50? Okay.
Possibly even more.
Well, then I would I get a company car? Because if I was to be the MD, you know, the sort of figurehead of Microsoft, I'd need something to reflect that. Could I get a new Mondeo?
A new Mondeo?
Yeah.
I think they may probably sort of... I'm not really the person to
Sure. I talk to the organ grinder. But, will Sir William of Gates be at the interviews?
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Too busy.
As are we, actually, so if we can crack on with...
Sure. Time is money, as I try to sell to Timex, because I'm always thinking of stuff like, if I was to take over, I'd have a real sort of left and right overview of the whole marketing, thinking of, stuff, off the top of my head, something like posters everywhere, big campaign to make them, on tubes, so big, and it would have Microsoft stuff. It's as cheap as chips. Value for money, chips. Silicon chips.
Yeah, we make software.
Alright? And that's just off the top of my head. So, always thinking.
Now, David, I know you've been looking closely at our Microsoft values, and you're going to help us to think about those today. We feel that the values must inform all of our interactions, both within and beyond the company. And if we can start by just looking at one of those core values, the notion of working and communicating with integrity and honesty, very important. And what are your thoughts on that?
Very important. That is... Let me tell you a story. I was interviewing a guy once for a job, and I said to him, are you qualified for this job? He went, not really. I went, right. Have you handled cash before? He went, no. I went, well, have you worked in a team before? He went, no, look, I just don't think I'm right for this job. I went, whoa. Your honesty and integrity tells me that you are right for this job. Start Monday. So, I had to let him go by Wednesday. He was awful. He didn't know what he was doing, But he'd been honest about that. What he hadn't been honest about was the thieving. So, bear that in mind. Next time someone comes up to you and goes, I'm an honest person, I've got integrity, look them back in the eye and go, have you? Because 9 times out of 10 they'll be lying. Just be careful. Don't trust anyone in business. It's dangerous.
Okay, well, if we could move on to another of our core values, which is making sure that we're open and respectful in all of our dealings. Obviously, a key factor in making anything work is a constant flow of ideas. And obviously, not everything is going to be valuable, but obviously, if we pool our resources, then normally something obviously can generate from that.
And the good thing about that is that after a few months, you sort of get to know who's got good ideas and who's coming up with all the rubbish ones, or none at all. Ban them from the meetings and concentrate on the ones that have been having the good ideas. And, reward them and eventually sack, the other ones. Well, I don't think Bill Gates made his fortune by spending time in meetings with idiots. I bet no one watching this has ever spoken to him. Yeah. So, be easier to talk to Osama bin Laden. He's a busy man. He doesn't need, Although if you are one of the people with good ideas, keep stum. Why give them away? Again, I don't think Gates made his billions by putting his hand up to his boss in the early days and going, "Dear boss, I've got a brilliant idea. Yeah, I'd like to see every home an office with a computer one day. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Gates. Ka-ching. Now get back to work, you little nerd." Yeah? So keep your ideas to yourself and make them work for you. Maybe set up a rival company. So, what's the vibe here then? Loads of old egg-headed guys who've been working in their bedrooms since the 70s going, we must beat the Japanese at their own game.
Not exactly, no. I mean, the average age of an employee now is about 34. 27% of employees are women.
I suppose you've got to have a lot of secretaries, haven't you, if you're doing a big...
No, they're not all secretaries.
Not all of them.
No, I mean, there's a lot of women now, obviously, in positions of authority, positions of power.
Good. Excellent. I hate sexism in the workplace, and when a woman does well, I go, good. And I hate this cliche that all women in power have to be like men. And you hear this thing that, oh, look at her, she wears the trousers round here. You don't have to wear trousers if you're a woman in power. Wear a skirt, wear a short skirt if you want, and go, I'm an executive. Know that there are lovely lady legs down there, but don't look at them. Look at my mind. Because the only difference between me and a man is that I can have a baby. It's not biological, and that's all. And on that note, if you are a lady executive and you want to have a baby, have a baby. Yeah, social. Bit annoying if you give a woman a job and she leaves straight away to have a baby, because that means she was pregnant at the interview, which is, or at least trying to have a kid, and I don't really want to think of her and her husband at it while I'm interviewing her.
Yeah, I think Microsoft is able to cater to women who are beginning or continuing a family. There's a bump club, there are nursery facilities, and I think that's part of the reason why Microsoft has become a number one employer, is because it has facilities like that. It's in fact no one's confined to their desk. People can just take their smartphone, they can come out here, they can work in the sun, they can take their laptops, grab a blanket, just sit down here by the water and work outside.
Yeah, that's probably why you've got a bump club. If you're encouraging employees to take a blanket down to the lake, then I think they probably get carried away and then a few months later, a bambino on the way. So. Just be careful, because I don't think that sex has a place at work. Come 5:30, go home, have as much sex as you want. And I don't mean all night, so you arrive at work knackered at your desk. Fatigued through intercourse. You're no good to man the beast. I mean, like myself, there's no reason why you can't utterly satisfy a woman within 20 to 30 minutes, get some important paperwork done, and get 8 hours sleep. Time management.
Now, David, another key Microsoft value is being able to take on big challenges and see them through to completion. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, definitely take on, challenges, big challenges, and don't be scared to, take them on and finish them, see them through
to completion.
Yep. It's like, we all have heroes. Yeah? We all have some we look up to, role models. They took on challenges. They saw them through. Be more like them. Who's your hero?
I don't know. I mean, someone like Richard Branson, maybe.
Do you know mine is? Nelson Mandela. So...
Why is that?
30 years in captivity. Yeah? And then, got out in about 1990. He's been out about 13 years, and he hasn't reoffended. He's going straight, and you've got to admire that. And it also shows you that prison works.
Okay, if we move on to another key value.
Shoot.
Maintaining and being informed by a passion for customers, partners and technology.
Yes.
What about that?
Very important. Passion for the customer and the technology. And that's the important thing, both. No good one without the other. If I had passion for the product, I've made the technology, it's brilliant, I'm really into it, but I don't care about the customer. So I'm selling this thing, right? You come in my shop and you go, oh, can I buy that brilliant bit of technology? I goes, yes, you can, you little four-eyed freak. It's 400 quid. Now get out of the shop, you're making the place look untidy, right? Where's that going to leave me? And the other way around, just as bad. I've got no passion for the technology. Oh, I've made this, right? I'm in the shop, I love the customer though. You come in and go, oh, can I buy that? I go, yeah, of course you go. Yeah, your glasses look nice. I like your hair. Do you want this, do you? It's rubbish. It don't work and it's full of viruses. But I love you. Pointless.
Yeah, this is where the engineers are based.
The boffins.
Well, I don't know about the boffin.
Actually, I've got a neighbour who's in computers, and he gets really annoyed at the cliche that, every bloke who works in sort of computer software is like this nerdy little dweeb who, scared of women and, just likes Brian May records and lives with their mum and just watches loads of Doctor Who videos, which he lives with his nan. He calls her mum sometimes when he's had a nightmare, but I think he prefers Star Trek as well, so different things. On that note, a word of warning to anyone who is a little bit of a science sort of dweeb. Too much thinking makes Jack a mental case. Yeah, that's what turned Stephen Hawkins mad. Too much think. I'm not a doctor, but I think it's all that. The universe is expanding. Of course it is, Stephen. You know what I mean? Take it down. Watch a bit of telly. Robot Wars is on. You like that? He would like that, wouldn't he? He'd be very good at it, I think, because he's half man, half machine, isn't he? So he could probably think like a... Is there a form I should fill in?
Is there a what?
A form I should fill in for the MD position? Because I can do that.
Well, it's not sort of job that's sort of advertised, at the job centre.
Shall I leave a CV when I've got a CV in the car? It's good to always carry a CV with you. You never know when, always be looking for a better job. So, more word. Guardian on Monday, very good. Media. So...
Now, what about being self-critical, working on your own individual excellence and self-improvement? How do you see that? Yeah.
Always working on that. So, yeah. Well, let's do a little experiment. Criticise yourself. Let me hear you criticise you.
Well, I don't know. I'm probably a little bit too dogmatic sometimes, a little bit too kind of focused, perhaps...
Not the obvious things. If I was to look at you, I'd go, well, your hair, 50s, geekish, uncool, get contact lenses, yeah? Not wearing goggles, they call you Four Eyes, yeah? And what's that? A cheap corporate shirt, free, yeah? And it's 2 sizes too big for you. Puny. Work out, look good, feel good, improvement.
Right. Thanks.
Is what I'd say to you. So.
And how would you criticise yourself?
I would. I hold the mirror up to me as well. I don't know. I'm too generous sometimes. A little bit too generous with other people, and I should concentrate more on me now and again, and not just give time and money to others first. So.
Well, you've certainly torn yourself to shreds there. What about finally being accountable? That's particularly important. Taking responsibility for, your own results and the quality of your work. What are your thoughts on that?
Be responsible. Always. Fundamental. Take responsibility for your own actions and be accountable.
Right.
At all times.
Those are your thoughts, are they?
Yep. So, are you working on anything like a RoboCop here? Artificial intelligence with all your computers, like androids and stuff.
A RoboCop?
You probably couldn't say if you were, 'cause it would be top secret, but I'll just say this, don't give anything away if you're watching this and you are working on anything like that, androids, heed the warning, okay? So what usually happens is, you build an android with human intelligence, and it gets emotions, and gets jealous of humans, and goes mental and tries to kill us all. So just have a centralised switch at your own office or at headquarters where you can turn off the power if they're going mad and it stops them all. And if we'd have had that in like Westworld, then Yul Brynner wouldn't have killed so many humans. So just technology.
Great. Well, thank you very much indeed for your insights, David. They've been most useful.
Pleasure. Final thought. Seen the company. Excellent. Yeah. Making your money. World leader. Yeah. Going into the future. One thing that worries me with this advancement, the children. And the children's children, yeah? I don't want to get to the point where it's the year 2080 and a little girl goes to her mother, "Mummy, what's a tree?" And the mother goes, "I don't know." Won't you, download a hologram of one from your internet?
A sobering vision of the future there. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, just to show you that, I care. I've written a song.
I don't think
it's not all. Wow, just to let you know, so something's more important than floppy disks.
Yeah,
nature.
Time for a song.
We're humans, so listen to the lyrics. Poignant, yeah. Businessman rich in his Rolls Royce of gold laughs at the beggar 'cause he's poor and old, but the joke is on him as the homeless replies, I feel sorry for you with your money and lies. He says, look at my home, the streets and the parks. Look at my ceiling, the stars in the dark. Take a look in the larder, the things that just grew. Take a look in the mirror, at me you'll see you. Remember...
Sorry to interrupt.
Well, don't.
I didn't really follow. Look in the mirror at me and you'll see you.
Yeah, take a look at the tramp and you'll go, oh, he's human, like me, you know, there but for the grace of God go I. You know, it can happen to all of us, so...
So you think you could become a beggar?
No, I couldn't. I've invested wisely. I'd kill myself before I go through someone's bins. But remember...
Sorry, sorry, just another thing that confused me. Look at the larder, the things that just grew.
His larder is sort of native. He hasn't got household appliances like Smeg and Zanussi fridges. He just takes things off the trees when he needs them. So.
Well, you didn't do that, Jess.
Well, I couldn't, could I? Because I was...
Well, it wasn't clear.
Well, that's what he's doing. He's taking an apple off the tree and eating it. Thank you.
And where does he live that he can get apples sort of willy-nilly? Is he living in the city?
No.
Where is he? Well, where is he? I don't know.
New Forest. So...
Right. And he's just stealing apples?
Not stealing, is he? He's taking from
He's
nature.
just scrumping?
No, and everyone goes, you're welcome, take from nature.
And he gets a balanced diet like that?
Yes, because he also eats fish.
Right, where does he get fish from?
From the river.
Right, how does he catch them?
With a net. Remember the weak, remember the poor, remember the junkie, remember the whore. Don't just worship money, all manner of things. Don't just worship the bishop, the Lord and the King.
What's this got to do with Microsoft?
It's more relevant than most of the shit they've been listening to today.
Didn't I say this would be a bad idea? I knew this would be a bad idea. We should have got Peter Kay. I said it at the time. He's cheaper, for one thing.
Spend more on the catering budget, though. Okay, this would be a miracle. Okay, go.
I can't see how we can do this.
Okay, let's have another go.
But we can't get all the way through this.
Come on, we
without
can.
you being sidetracked by a
Come on.
noise or a whistle.
I'm sure he was going to come around the corner then. Right, okay. Okay, wait.
Now, David, I know you've been looking closely at our Microsoft values before you came along today. I just decided to add that for some reason.
Okay, lunch. Okay. I went, right. Have you worked with a team?
That wasn't me, I did nothing.
What sort of interview was that? Are you qualified for this job? And he went,
right. Okay, here's an idea. I'm going to just leave you to answer. You don't need me in the shop.
No,
I'll do my reaction separately.
Yeah, okay, good idea.
Okay, let's go. That was a good one, though. I thought that wasn't bad.
Can. You stupid, goggle-eyed little freak of a nerd. Right, it's 400...
Sorry.
It works, it's brilliant. Now get out of my shop, you're making the place look untidy. It doesn't work, but you... God, I'm trying, I'm struggling. I'm trying my hardest.
It's ludicrous, it's great. I'm never going to get through that.
This, yeah, you can have it. It don't work, and it's full of viruses, but I love you. Pointless. That'd be alright.
Well, I don't know. Probably a little bit too dogmatic sometimes, a little bit too single-minded.
No, it's not the obvious thing. Look at you. Okay, and again. Just have a centralised switch at HQ. Okay. Android thus disabled.
Okay, alright, stop there.
Don't worship the bishops, the Lord and the kings.
What's this got to do with Microsoft?
Remember the weak, remember the poor, remember the junkie, remember the whore. Don't just worship money, all manner of things. Don't just worship the bishop, the Lord and the King.